Morning folks, I've got to start this vlog now because it's getting way over my head, the number of birds here. I just struggle to keep on top of them. Right, okay. So we're back at Peters Canyon and in the morning I thought I'd just walk down the road in the area we were staying in because there were trees lined up along the side of the right. And over the other side there was a school, and on the top of this tree I saw a couple of larger birds that weren't sitting like crows and they looked like pigeons or doves, but they were too big to be collared doves. I went, oh, okay. My first thought was wood pigeon, because that's the sort of right size. From that distance, it was quite far. You can see them in, well, for the vloggers, you see them in this video. Podcasters, you can go and see what I was looking at. It's very misty today. I forgot to mention for the podcasters. So although it's good for the harsh lighting, there isn't any harsh lighting, but I need the birds to be very close. But I can adjust the contrast and expose them really nicely. There's a lot. It's a Saturday morning. There's a lot of grass cutting, construction. So there's going to be all that in the background. Lovely. They started early, like 8 o'clock. Can people stand for that? Anyway, these birds, I've got the camera on them, and sure enough, they looked like a wood pigeon. So videoed and photoed, and then ran it through Merlin. New bird species for the day. So I'm glad I did it. Band-tailed pigeon. Excellent. Very much looking like the wood pigeons from Europe, which are all over Europe. And yeah, so I finished there, nothing much going on. I was running the Merlin, and it was the usual few house finch and things like that. And got back here and sort of went for a drive at first. More people are out on Saturday, so there's going to be a bit more disturbance in terms of people coming to the park for birds. So drove down a road, and then there was some California Towie showing really well. Just hit off a couple of pictures of those because literally filling the frame from the side of the road. Parked up, and Merlin open, all the usual western bluebird, things like that. And then it was picking up the Cedar waxwing. I thought, okay, let's have a brief look on the top of the trees. It's going to be slightly easier to spot when we don't have the harsh lighting conditions. And almost immediately on the trees to my left above the play park, I saw all these little pods or black dots and got the camera. Sure enough, maybe a flock of about 30 Cedar waxwings. Awesome, all having a preen. Happy with that. Yeah, that's great. So they're literally jumping around the trees. They're right in front of me, jumping around the trees. I'm just waiting for some lower shots for photos. I've taken a few photos, but they're in really misty conditions. I need them to be like 20 feet away. I just had I assume the Nuttall's woodpecker. I don't know if I've had a Downies yet. It'd have to come up on my Merlin app for me to identify. But I think that's a Nuttall's. Merlin identified a Nuttall's earlier, so that must be it. And just keep an eye on things. A lot of these birds here are the California Towies, which that one is as well. And just along, I'll be overlaying bits of video that I just grabbed. Like along this fence behind me, we've got the white-crowned sparrows, always posing nicely for video. I've got the 4K crop mode on because 800 millimeters in photos is just not enough. And with the video, I can just grab a quick bit of footage. House finch, I haven't got any house finch along here yet. Let's have a quick look, run through there's the woodpecker, waxwings. This bit of footage of just a Cassin's kingbird with 2 American robins. I'll have to mess about with the contrast to bring it out. So you'll be seeing that now. That should be looking pretty good. And there was a flock of American robin. This yellowy bird, which I'm going to go for, I'm still looking for the American goldfinch. The one I got yesterday, now I know, if it's got a full black crown, it's a lesser. And if it's a half crown, it's a American goldfinch, which I haven't got yet. So this, I'm not sure if that's because it's covered with some, I don't know, bits of pods, whether that's an orange crown warbler. I'm going for orange crowned. But yeah, I'm just running through all my pictures. There was a northern mockingbird, which was a bit more jumpier than the Towie. But good, we've caught up because it was starting to run away with me, and it's like overwhelming the number of birds. I'm getting a bit dizzy. Something appears here, something appears there. There's things flying over my head constantly. You can hear. I know the microphone's picking up all this sound. Right, we're gonna get a bit further. I'm gonna walk a bit further than last night into the canyon area where the pond or the water should have been. Okay. Awesome, got it. Northern flicker. At last, I thought I was going to go home without catching it. Yeah, awesome. There you go. There it is. Obviously the horrible lighting conditions, I didn't bother getting a photo, I just filmed it. When it's bad lighting conditions like this, video does work better. And yeah, I just wanted to see the behavior, how it moved, see the shape, because it is jumping around with a couple of these woodpeckers, and there are some larger birds. I've got the American robins flying in over my head, and there are some other things like woodpeckers. Like I said, the nuttall showed up again. A little bit of record stuff for that. I mean, it was filling the frame, but the thing that led me on to this northern flicker was I was trying to catch this acorn woodpecker. I was filming this acorn woodpecker. I was following it around the trunk of the tree, and I got it, and for about 10 seconds of okay footage, and then something made a racket and landed and started eating the berries. Northern flicker, yeah. It's like I don't even want to leave the spot. This is, yeah, if you stand here long enough, I think it will all just come, most of the stuff will come through here. Yeah, happy days with that. And then we just had the red-crowned Amazon fly past. I was going to say, when I was last here, there were lots of parrots in LA 2 years ago, and I hadn't seen one yet. The Merlin picked up one a little earlier this morning. I looked, couldn't see it, but they just flew over and they were making this call. Here you go. It's very bad footage, but it's a record. So those go on the list. And that puts me now, we're really crushing again. 133 species and 41 lifers. Excellent. There'll be a little bit of leeway in there with the various things. Oh yeah, forgot. I can't remember if I put the sage thrasher as a tick, but I'll have to go through and count them all again. So it might be 41, might be 42 species, lifers that is. Okay, we are going to get back to it. Oh, whoops, sorry, nearly. Yeah, it's funny, the apps haven't been picking it up, Merlin. There's been flocks of swinhose white-eye going through. Now, I know there's bush tits because it's been picking that up, and I've been looking, and then when I zoomed in on one thinking it was a bush tit, it was the swinhose. I thought, why isn't it picking it up? They do make a distinctive call, a very light call. Anyway, this time we'll get back to it. Just a little Allen's hummingbird as well, just a brief bit of footage. I'm just going to film a bit of everything. There goes the acorn woodpecker again. Right, okay, yep. So we ventured a bit more into Peters Canyon, onto one of the paths, only maybe 200 meters, and it is absolutely devoid of bird life. Yeah, just expected. They like grass, they like houses, they like fresh water, seeds. I'm not even going to go any further than this. I've hardly made a dent in it. It's completely dead. The Merlin app is picking up a song sparrow at the most. So we're going to go back to the park area and the children's play area. Yeah, I mean, apparently there's rattlesnakes, ticks, and it's not even worth the risk, is it really? Just go back. And what I did is when I was back there, I found that the waxwings were going into these trees and feeding off the berries. So I set the camera up on the tripod and used the 3-way gear tripod head and try and get it on there as quick as possible instead of it being handheld for a bit of extra. Yeah, but they don't sit still for more than sort of 5 or 10 seconds. By the time I've got the tripod set up on them, they're gone. But I got a little bit of steady footage. But we're going to go back there now because this is going to, I can already feel it's going to be pointless. Woods and nature don't actually produce great results. But yeah, we're going to go back to the houses. I just walked to the end here of the pedestrian bit by the Cameo Woods private estate, which is on my left, west. And vibe, same thing as the wood, nothing there. I don't know why all the birds are up where are we? The northern end. Yeah, so I don't know what the rule is here. I think you can cycle or walk or run on either the actual tarmac or the dusty path. But no bird sound over there whatsoever. So we're going to go back up and just stick to the area we were first discovered, where all the houses are and the park is, and the cut grass, okay? There's just been a couple of very loud red-shouldered hawks making a noise. So we're going to see if we can go and record them. Once these bikes stop and the runners stop, you might be able to hear it. I did get a bit of footage of there's a snowy egret right up there. I did get a northern mockingbird on one of the roofs just a second ago. I'll show you that footage, nice and steady. But yeah, that is a snowy egret randomly on a house. Once this jogger goes past, I'll just briefly show you. Can I get you in? Yeah, just up on the roof. Casual, I didn't see it on the way down there. And those are nice looking, are those oranges? I think they're oranges. Yeah, back up to see all the waxwings and the bluebirds. See you in a second. That's it, the sun is out, and yeah, the photography's getting a bit better, but the birds are quieting down now. The morning rush is over. So I've been getting progressively better video and photos of the Cedar waxwings, and I've even started trying for flight shots. But they are very, very quick. They appear out of nowhere. I'm trying to get an open space where I can catch them with a dot sight. None of these are amazing keepers. I've got a few in there that are sharp, and I've had to zoom in a bit. But yeah, I'm going to see them over the next 3 days while I'm still here. So I'll get plenty of opportunities for that. You'll progressively, like started last night with very misty, dark video, and then soon you're going to get some pin sharp headshots coming your way. So yeah, I've just taken some pictures. They actually came down to I didn't know they'd come down this low. They came down to a smaller tree, and I got pretty close. I wish I'd taken more while they were there. I was waiting for them to take off, and I should have just got on with some still frame filling photos. But oh, that's a woodpecker. What kind of woodpecker are you? No, I'm never going to get that. No. Yeah, I think that's the acorn woodpecker. Yeah, I've got to keep my thing zoomed in ready for that. Okay, yeah, just keep that ready. See, I've been standing there for 20 minutes waiting for something like that, and it never happened. And it takes me to start doing my vlog. Merlin app has been showing things like a yellow-breasted chat. It came up twice on Merlin. Whether that's making a mistake or it is about, I wouldn't even know where to start looking. And I think the other thing was something like a phenopepla. I don't know if that's the right pronunciation. I've taken a screenshot to show you. There has been odd birds like that. Just random birds that come out. Oh, not heard of one of those before. Merlin's picked it up for the first time. And again, I don't know if it's all the different noises coming from houses, or sometimes you'd see the thing light up when kids are chatting over there by the play area. And I've just got little bits and pieces. There has been some red-tailed hawk action. And yeah, I believe that's, yeah, mostly it. Mostly just the waxwings. I spent a lot of time trying to get those. But I've been telling myself, don't concentrate on them too much, because you will get plenty of those and you get caught up. But yeah, it's definitely quieting down now. You have to do mornings and just before sunset. Okay, we're going to get breakfast now because I'm famished. I've been going for about 4.5 hours. Sorry, and I'm just reversing back here. So I did get a little bit of, I'll let you hear it, because it was a red-shouldered hawk on a tree. A couple of ravens were giving it grief. One landed next to it. Red-tailed, the ravens even swooped up to the red-shouldered hawk and it didn't move. Raven just sat on the right of it calling. Red-shouldered hawk didn't give a monkeys. So enjoy this little bit.